You work hard and stay busy, but the results don't match the effort. It feels unfair. You do more, yet progress stays slow. Most people think the fix is more work. It's not. It's about where you focus your time and energy. Power isn't about doing everything. It's about knowing where to pull the right switch. Today, I'll show you how small shifts can change everything. Not hype, just quiet rules that work. You won't hear this in books or courses, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. This isn't about tricks. It's about control of your focus, your choices, and your moves. Most people never learn how power really works. They think success comes from effort, talent, or luck, but it mostly comes from awareness. The people who win see things others don't. They notice patterns, timing, and small changes that shift everything. It's not magic, it's observation. When you start seeing how systems move, you stop reacting and start planning. You stop chasing results and start designing them. The goal isn't to work harder. It's to make fewer but smarter moves. You'll see how power stays quiet, moves slow, and never explains itself. Once you understand that, you stop wasting energy proving your worth and start building real leverage. Silence is power. Most people talk too soon and too much. They explain, defend, or try to prove their point before they even understand what's happening. But silence lets you see more. When you stay quiet, people reveal everything. They tell you what they want, what they fear, and how they think, without realizing it. You don't need to fill every gap in a conversation. Let silence do the work. The longer you stay quiet, the more truth comes out. It's the simplest way to learn without asking. Observation gives you control. When you listen more than you speak, you start noticing small things. Tone, hesitation, choice of words, timing. Those small signs tell you what's real and what's fake. While others react fast, you collect data, and data always wins. In business, silence shows strength. When you pause before answering a price question, people sense confidence. When you wait before replying to feedback, you make space for better judgment. Power isn't about fast answers, it's about the right ones. Staying quiet also helps you protect your emotions. Talking too soon often exposes feelings that can be used against you. Silence gives distance and time to think. You stop reacting and start choosing. When you practice silence, your presence changes. People listen more when you finally speak because they know your words mean something. Quiet people create tension in a good way. They draw attention without asking for it. Try it next time you're in a meeting or a call. Count 3 seconds before replying. Let others fill the silence. You'll learn more in those moments than in long conversations. Silence isn't weakness. It's control. It's focus. It's patience. And in a world that can't stop talking, being quiet is the strongest move you can make. Move slow, think long. Speed feels good, but often leads to waste. People move fast to feel progress, not to make it. They react before they think, and then they fix what didn't need to break. Power works the opposite way. It moves slow, but every move counts. When you move slow, you see details. You notice timing, emotion, and direction. You start understanding what's really going on, not just what's loud in the moment. Quick action can make you look busy, but quiet thinking makes you wise. The world rewards those who can wait, plan, and strike once with precision. Most failures come from rushing. People chase trends, copy others, or make fast deals without knowing the full picture. Then they spend more time repairing what could have been avoided. Slow doesn't mean lazy, it means measured. You move when it's time, not when you're told. Before any big step, take time to think. Ask simple questions. Is this the right time? Is this my best move? What happens next if I say yes or no? Those few seconds of thought can save months of fixing mistakes. In work, in business, in life, it's the same. The calm player always sees more. The one who waits collects more data, more options, and better timing. Fast people win small games. Patient people win long ones. You don't need to rush to stay relevant. You just need to stay aware. Most noise fades in days. Most real opportunities stay hidden until the rush is over. When others run, stand still and watch. You'll see things they can't. Power builds quietly. It waits for the right moment, then moves once and leaves a mark. That's the strength of slow thinking. It's calm, steady, and impossible to shake. Most people try to win by working more. They think longer hours mean more progress. But real power comes from leverage, not labor. Leverage means one small action creates a big result. It's what makes some people earn more while doing less. Leverage can be time, tools, or people. When you use systems, you multiply your effort. When you delegate, you buy back your hours. When you automate, you stop repeating small tasks. Each of these adds invisible strength to your work. Think about a simple example. You write one email, but it reaches 1,000 people. You record one video, and it works for you all year. That's leverage. It grows while you sleep. It doesn't need your daily presence to keep running. Hard work builds a base, but leverage builds freedom. Without it, you stay stuck in the same loop, busy but not growing. That's why smart people focus on building systems that replace their time. They use templates, checklists, automation tools, and clear processes. Every system you create once can save you hours forever. Even in small things, look for leverage. Instead of writing new client messages every time, save a version that you can reuse. Instead of guessing prices on calls, build a pricing sheet once. Instead of chasing leads, set up a funnel that brings them to you. Small things like these separate busy people from free people. If you want to grow, stop measuring effort and start measuring effect. The world doesn't reward hours, it rewards impact. Every time you plan a task, ask one question. Will this still work for me when I'm not there? If the answer is no, find a smarter way. Leverage turns you from a worker into a builder. It's quiet, simple, and effective. You won't feel busy all the time, but you'll move further than ever before. That's the difference between effort and power. The fastest way to lose power is to react. Most people respond to every comment, problem, or delay. They get pulled into noise and waste energy, fighting what doesn't matter. Real control starts when you stop reacting to everything. When someone says something rude, silence wins. When plans change, stay calm and adjust. When you lose a deal, learn and move forward. Power is quiet because it's not emotional. It doesn't chase, defend, or explain. It decides when to speak and when to wait. Every reaction you skip becomes saved energy. That energy builds discipline, and discipline builds presence. People can feel it when you don't react fast. It shows strength. It makes others think twice before testing your limits. Control doesn't mean being cold. It means knowing what deserves your response. You don't fight every wave. You choose which one to surf. Most chaos in life comes from reacting too early. You can fix that with one habit. Pause before you act. Before replying to a message, take a deep breath. Before arguing, ask if it changes anything. Before saying yes, check if it fits your plan. Small pauses change big outcomes. You start leading instead of chasing. When you control your reactions, you stay consistent. You don't swing between emotions. You make calm, steady moves. And that stability makes you trustworthy. People respect what feels grounded. In work, relationships, and money, it's the same rule. Don't rush to prove, defend, or please. Stay quiet, think clear, act when it counts. That's real strength. Not noise, not speed, just steady control. Power isn't loud, it's calm. And calm people win because nothing shakes them. People remember stories, not details. Most fail because they explain too much. They throw every feature, fact, and idea at once, hoping something sticks. But power works through focus. One clear story always beats a list of random points. Think about how strong brands work. Apple doesn't talk about specs. They say, think different. Nike doesn't sell shoes. They say, just do it. Simple story, big impact. When people understand your story, they follow it without effort. Your story is what people repeat when you're not there. It's the short line that defines what you do. In business, that line decides if someone remembers you or scrolls past. In life, it shapes how others see you. So make it short, real, and easy to say. Don't write paragraphs to explain who you are. Say it in one line that connects emotionally. I build websites that get agents more leads. That's clear. It tells what, for who, and why it matters. No noise, no fancy words. Once you have your story, stay consistent. Repeat it across your site, your bio, your pitch, and your posts. Repetition builds memory. People start linking your name with that story. That's how brands grow, not from ads, but from clarity. And if you change your offer, rewrite the story to fit it. Don't stretch one line to cover everything. Simplicity sells because it makes people feel safe. They understand fast, so they trust faster. Even in your daily talk, try using fewer words. When you explain less, people listen more. A clear story pulls attention. A messy one pushes it away. The goal isn't to sound clever. It's to be remembered. When people can describe you in one sentence, you've already won. Power comes from clear meaning, not loud marketing. Everything starts small. Power, focus, and control grow from simple habits. You don't need to change your life in a day. You just need to move with purpose. Start watching more, talking less. Slow your reactions. Build systems that work when you're not there. Tell one story that people remember. Each small step adds quiet strength. The goal isn't to look powerful. It's to stay calm when others panic. Real control isn't loud. It's silent and steady. That's what makes people listen when you finally speak. If this made you think different, subscribe now. Leave a comment and tell me which point hit you most. I read them all. And next week, we'll go deeper, one quiet rule at a time, because power grows when it's quiet.